righty. All righty. Let's make sure this guy's on too. Oh yeah, he's on.
Hello, test.
Testing. We tested earlier and we tested all right. All right.
Excellent.
If you're ready, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Let's do this. Hey,
Okay.
we are here at the 2017 REACH conference here in beautiful Palm Desert, California.
It's beautiful.
With Mr. Ryan Foss.
Hey.
From Filene. How are you, sir?
I'm well, thank you. Thanks
Good.
for having me. It's beautiful out here in the Palm Desert.
Indeed.
I've never been here before, and I love it.
It is.
Yeah.
We're doing a little sunset action right now, and the sky is many, many colors.
I just went for a nice walk
Oh, did you?
outside. It was gorgeous.
It's perfect out.
Yeah.
I mean, the temperature couldn't be any more perfect.
No,
so,
I love it.
Yep.
I love it.
Good place. All right. Hey, let's talk about something else that's pretty cool. I3 program. Before we get into the whole thing, give folks a quick reminder what the I3 program is all about.
I3 is a collaborative innovation program that we have at the Filene Research Institute, where we get kind of the next generation of credit union professionals to volunteer 2 years at a time to really tackle some of the biggest challenges that are coming out of our research and taking the insights of those challenges and developing solutions for them, ideating on them, prototyping new products, and really ultimately giving the next generation of credit union leaders the tools to take back to their credit union and make change.
So how are these credit unions chosen? Do they apply or
Yes.
are they okay?
Yes,
How's
and
that
so
whole
it's an
process work?
application process, and you know it's actually pretty selective. We're really trying to get the best of the best, and to give you some scale of numbers, we had around 60 applications.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is really cool. You know, we've been around for, gosh, I want to say 14 years. And so it is really looked upon as kind of a really cool thing that Filene offers. And so we had around 60 applications, which we then narrowed down to around 40. And then we actually invite those 40 applicants to try out and actually do a mini I3 over the course of 3 weeks. Not only so we can see them in action, they get a mentor and they actually do a mini I3, but then they have an idea of what they're getting into and the amount of time commitment that it takes. And so, oftentimes some of them might actually self-select out and say, whoa, I didn't realize that this is going to take that much time. But then they go through that process and we watch them, we have them rank each other and kind of critique each other after the fact, which is kind of fun. And then we take that all in and then we offer 20. We have 20 people coming into the class this year.
It sounds kind of like a credit union combine.
Almost, yeah. It's a credit union combine. I always think about it as, like when I was in MBA school, you had to apply and then you do interviews, you had to do all these things. And, it's a prestigious program.
Yeah, no doubt.
And people look highly upon it. And we truly want that next generation credit union leader to really flourish outside.
So what are the benefits here? What do they get out of it? Kind of the with them, what's in it for me type of thing.
Exactly. So, like I said, I3's been around for 14 years, and it's really, the program really revolves around design thinking and human-centered design and really getting them to think about problem solving from the lens of their member, from the lens of the consumer. And so that's the number one skill that they received is design thinking. And then they put that skill into practice, where they take insights from our research and start ideating on solutions that could really make an impact on our industry. And, we're kind of going through our own I3 and reinventing I3 right now, and there's going to be some curveballs for the new class. Nothing I can tell you, but since they don't even know yet, but we got a lot of new things in store for them to really kind of, give them more tools for their toolbox to take back to their credit unions, because that's really what it's all about. It's about, like Filene can do a lot, but unless that I3er goes back to their credit union and actually uses some of the tools, it doesn't mean a hill of beans.
Right, exactly. So what are some things that have happened with previous I3ers? Do you have any examples of what?
Sure. Well, we're actually recruiting credit unions right now for a product that we have called Bank on Family. And Bank on Family tackles this whole problem of informal lending. There's $89 billion that are lent from father to son, to friend, to roommate that isn't captured. And 63% of the people that actually lend money never get paid back, which is an insane stat. And so we actually had an I3 team that said, well, what if the credit union got in between that, right? And so, number one, so that people can get paid back, but two, so that people can start developing healthy financial behaviors. So Bank on Family actually puts the credit union in between that relationship, where lender actually can lend money to their friend, but then the credit union facilitates the payments, and after 12 months of on-time payments, the credit union assumes the risk for that informal loan, and now the borrower actually gets credit with the credit history for their on-time payments. So they start building healthy financial behaviors. So and it's a really thing. We're actually using a shared secured loan that credit unions already have, and just putting a new spin on it.
Sounds like a more official version of P2P.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay.
I could see the success of this could very easily iterate into, a Feline-sponsored P2P program.
Totally. Yes. Oh my gosh.
So those are the types of things. They take insights from the marketplace and say, okay, how can we solve problems?
So when does it all get underway? Now that they've been chosen, when does this whole get underway, and then when do they start seeing the fruits of their labor?
Yes, so we launch actually at our Big Bright Minds conference. Which
next month?
Yes, next month, December 7th and 8th in Austin, Texas. And so the new i3ers actually come a day early, where we introduce them to all things Feline, and it's a full packed agenda where we do a lot of fun stuff, and then introduce them to what they're about to encounter over the next 2 years. Then they experience Big Bright Minds.
Which is cool.
Which is very cool. It'll actually be my first Big Bright Minds this year because I started in January, so I'm really excited. And then once Big Bright Minds is done, the second year i3ers join the first year i3ers, and we do a day and a half of getting to know each other, but then we put them in teams, and they actually start tackling problems.
A little brainstorming.
Yeah, a little brainstorming.
Very cool.
Yeah,
very cool.
And then ultimately they go through a 6-month cohort where we start building design thinking skills and agile skills, getting them to think about the future strategically, so that at the end of 6 months they have a good tool set for them to start actually creating change.
Right on, right on. All right, wrap-up question here for you, Ryan.
Make it a hard one.
When can what's your middle name?
John.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, we're done.
I guess we're done.
One more question for you. One more.
Okay.
It's very helpful.
Okay.
When can the next batch of credit unions sign up for i3?
Oh, good question. Yes. So we have an application process that opens every May. Right, and so if you're a member of Feline, or if you're on our mailing list or on our email list, you will figure it out. But every May, applications open for about a month and a half. And they apply and they start the process then. So it's closed right now, but keep checking back in the spring. It'll open back up.
All right, cool. You heard them. Check back in May. All right, guys. Thank you very much, Ryan.
Nice to meet you. Absolutely.
Ryan Foss, Feline. Always an adventure. You guys are like